Welcome to the Boston Art Podcast,
Boston's premier art podcast,
where we talk art, culture, and philosophy.
My name is Theodore Earthworms.
And I am Brian Huntress.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
I'm your host, Brian Huntress. And
Singular.
And the person to my left is my co-host, Theodore Earthworms. I didn't mean for that to be hierarchical. I meant like I'm a host and you're a host.
We're all hosts here.
Even
Not
you,
you.
Dear listener.
No, just us.
You're not. My hair is braided right now.
It is.
It's two braids on the side. I like on, you know what I mean? I like them because they look like devil horns. Like they look like horns like pointing downward.
Yeah. That's so funny. I've been trying to convince Brian to let me braid their hair for probably 3 years.
Yeah, because I thought you wanted me to do like a horse girl braid going down the back.
That's what you initially asked for. Then I told you too.
No, that's not what I asked for.
You asked for one braid.
No, you mean the other day?
Yeah.
No, you must have misunderstood me because I would never want that in my fucking life. I'd rather end it all.
Well, the two braids look very good.
Thank you.
And
Thank
they
you
made
for
your
doing
hair. So we braided them the other day, right after you took a shower, right?
Word.
And you played a show with the hair and the braids,
I
and
did.
everybody thought it looked sick, and it was great. And you took it out this morning after sleeping on them, after they dried in the braids, and your hair was so wavy. It was like crimped. So cute.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the hair texture of Taylor Swift on her first album when she was country.
Yeah.
Like it was like that kind of wavy.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Whatever that's called. I've been playing some shows recently.
Yeah.
Not on my own, but with Bullpup because they went on a tour. So I guess sometime fucking last year, some random time in the past, they played a show at Alchemy and opened up for Sarah and the Safe Word, who, and after that they were invited out on tour with them.
Yeah.
Needed a fill-in because their lead guitarist Robbie couldn't fucking go. So Trevor, shout out to Trevor, asked me to learn the parts and to join them on the road, which I did, and it's a lot of fun because there might be, I would guess, maybe like one person listening who knows Sarah and the Safe Word because they are occupying like a pretty like niche, I guess. Like they got some big numbers, but they're not like a national name or a household name or anything.
Yeah.
But
They're a phenomenal band, though.
they're like a queer rock. They're a fucking rock band, but
Yeah.
you know, if we were typing up a bio for them or reading their press kit, it would say 1930s cabaret style queer emo rock or something. But to me, it just feels like highly energetic, badass, well-crafted dance rock.
Yeah.
Of course, containing those themes that I previously listed. Also, one thing that's really interesting is they're one of the first bands that I personally have known about that has a uniquely furry audience.
Interesting.
Like the audience and listeners and people interested in this band, which there are many,
Yeah.
seem to be mostly furries.
Huh.
Which is fucking cool as shit to me.
Yeah.
The furries have my 110,000% full endorsement. I ride for furries all day, every day.
The thing that's interesting about that, I don't know about like online presence or anything, but in terms of their set, like it's not part of their show or anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you look at some of their past performances and tours, like occasionally you might see the singer wearing some type of like cat ears or things of that nature, or they've had music videos that feature full-blown fursuits.
Oh, okay.
Like they do definitely. They're not like pretending or just kidding or alluding to it or anything. Like they're like pretty much like putting it directly out there.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, so that's been really fucking interesting because I've been on tour many, a good amount of times as a solo acoustic artist, or as an acoustic artist inside of a group of, Boxer's Job. But I've never been on the road with like a high tech, full fucking equipment, 5-piece act, with like the DIs and in-ear monitors.
You have
and
that with you,
fans.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, I left those at the venue, and they have them with all the gear.
Okay, good.
So I thought I lost them, but they have them. I think. I hope. Somebody mentioned in the group chat that there was a pair of monitors loose that are in one of the boxes, and everyone's assuming that's mine. I went tee hee ha, thank you.
So to clarify a little bit the timeline right now, we are currently dropping Brian back off for the last few days of tour.
Yeah, the tour isn't over yet. It's currently a break, and we're driving back to Bullpup home base.
Happy birthday, John.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Thank you
It should be cold air.
Thank you for adjusting it.
We turned it off anyway. I saw you. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're fucking we're going in. But yeah, I guess one thing, like, it's like, how when you go to a festival and you see like the musicians go out on stage and they have like wires strapped to their body like they're a goddamn insurgent, and they have like fucking earpieces and all this fancy shit, and everything's like high tech, interesting, and like, well, I don't know, like that's kind of how Trevor has it set up to me. I mean, he'd probably say like, oh, this is all basic stuff, but like me, I'm like, I've been like the acoustic guy for all this time, so to go out there like with all this fucking gear and tech and like sound, it's like fucking a whole new world for me. So I've been like completely flying by the seat of my pants. And also, I'm not a lead guitarist.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I know my scales. I will say this, I am an excellent rhythm guitar player.
Yeah.
I've been playing guitar for over 10 years. I can play fucking rhythm guitar. I can play guitar perfectly, but I'm not goddamn Buckethead or motherfucking Eddie Van Halen. Like, I can't like just rip beautiful solos and use a giant spaceship pedal board. Like, that's just not that's just not like my class set. Right? I've been like leveling up like strength and intelligence instead of dexterity and intelligence. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. Maybe, I don't know.
Somehow a more vague way of putting it than the original way.
But it makes sense though, right?
It does, yeah. I know what you mean.
I'm not a dex build, but I'm playing as a dex build.
How's that been for you?
Fine. It's been cool because I don't really understand why this keeps happening, but there's been many times where I'm supposed to do a sick ass solo, and I just I go like I just strum as fast as I possibly can and just hit completely fucking random notes fastly.
Yeah.
Just like I just like it's the guitar equivalent of gibberish. But nobody is like, it's just been okay. Like the solo starts off in a normal scale in key, mild soloing, entry level soloing.
Yeah.
To me, just going like, and I'm just like fully leaning, just full send shit myself mode. And I think that I don't know. Maybe everybody who has seen me do that is just like wincing and is like, I can't believe this fucking guy is just doing that. What an idiot. But nothing. Like, no negative feedback. All good jobs. People like Bullpup.
Yeah.
And I'm not ruining that.
I didn't notice it being bad. I thought you did a good job.
Thanks.
I don't play guitar, but it was entertaining. It sounded good.
Hey, hell yeah, man. I'm doing it. I'm going in. I'm going hard. One interesting thing that this tour has, what's funny is like, we always talk about like neurodivergent this, neurodivergent that, queerness, queer this, that. And when you're around your friends that are in that universe, it's very like safe and chill and fun.
Yeah.
And everyone gets each other.
Yeah.
I've literally never been in a like music venue or like or on a tour or like in such a long stretch of time where those are the only types of people I'm around.
That's cool.
Like even back in the day and like old music scene stuff, it was not to this degree.
Yeah.
Like those people, even if it was like, oh, we accept everybody, like it still was kind of in the minority.
Yeah.
Despite that acceptance of this or that, like there'd just be like only some people fitting that category where everyone else was like, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's really doing something to my brain to just only be hanging out with neurodivergent furries for a week and a half straight. And I'm talking about the people that go, like the fans of the. I make no comment about the, about the mental whatever of anybody in any band.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about. Like I don't mean like that. Just like.
Has that been a positive experience? You're saying?
Undoubtedly, yes. Absolutely positive experience.
Cool.
It's felt like a spiritual cleanse.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, to just not be around just dickheads.
Yeah.
And normal people. Yeah.
I feel like I mean, I don't know. I want to be careful about saying this because I don't want to discourage people doing it because it's a good thing, full stop. But spaces where it's very, like it's majority neurotypical straight people, and it's like, this is a neurodivergent safe space, it's a queer safe space, whatever. They have such a weird dissonance to them where it's like, technically this is fine and accepting and whatever, but it also feels performative. Even if it like isn't, it just feels that way. Do you know what I mean?
That's liberalism, baby.
Yeah, that's a more succinct way of putting it.
That's literally just liberal spaces.
I feel like I exist in those kinds of spaces all of the time. And it's
24/7, dude.
Very tiring. It's nice. It's better than being in just hostile spaces, but
of course,
it's still tiring.
Yeah, living in New England is like you're either in a liberal space or you're in like a construction site with unintelligible, wrongly spelled racist graffiti everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what you see in construction site porta potties.
That's true.
Just like horribly offensive graffiti that isn't even spelled right.
My dad and brother both work in construction. That's like my family's family business. And I picked up a shift with them a few summers ago. And I remember going to the job site and going into the porta potty, and there was an inspirational quote on the wall from Elon Musk. I don't even remember what it said, but it was just a printout, like a printer 8.5 by 11 piece of paper with just that text on it, and it said Elon Musk under it, but it was ELAN. And I think about it, Elon Musk. It was like some quote about like success and grinding or something.
I'm gonna make a callback to a very long past episode, but
okay.
I'll never forget when we were interviewing Dwayne Lucia. Shout out to Dwayne. And he brought up Elon Musk, but called him Elon Musk. Really we love Dwayne. We're not making fun of him, but it was just such an insane mispronunciation of Elon Musk.
We haven't seen Dwayne in a while.
I haven't seen him. He hit me up the other day, but he's doing good. He's doing
good.
shit. Dwayne's always doing shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dwayne, one other thing I've been thinking a lot about is like 70s and 80s Boston. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, because honestly, like, this is so rude of me to say, but whenever like an old person is telling me about like, oh, the music scene back in this day, like, I do have an instinct to try to instantly tune out or not want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But my uncle Rudy Childs, he's a documentary filmmaker. He made this fucking documentary about the Dogmatics. Any like Boston people that are like above the age of 50 will know who they are. But they were this band that didn't get famous, but they were like the quintessential like they played every party in the city. Like everybody knew who they were. They played every club, every bar, every part.
Yeah.
Like if you were throwing a show or a party and you wanted people to be there, you booked them.
They were the ones everyone thought were going to make it.
Yeah, and my uncle was, I don't know if he was close with them back then or what, but he's tight with them now, and he's been working on this documentary about them for like probably years. I have no idea, but it came out and I watched it recently at a screening, and it was like, it was so profoundly sad.
Yeah.
But kind of inspiring because, like, I guess like the kind of arc of the band was that they were like ripping and roaring, drunk every day, having just letting it rip, having tons of fun, playing tons of shows, early 20s, and famously only in Boston, but SOA, Harrison Avenue in Boston today is known as like the bougiest of bougie, motherfucking expensive art galleries, very expensive art studios. It's very pristine and sterilized. Like it's a very, very there's a lot of money there, and it's not shitty. But back then, in the Dogmatics days, it was rows on rows on rows of dilapidated post-industrial fucking warehouses that were all bands. And people living in warehouses and squatting and throwing shows, and Dogmatics were one of those groups, and that was their heyday, was just in these warehouses back then. And tragically, one of their singers, they were a 2-singer band where it was, you know, 2 bassists and guitarists both writing their own songs and both singing, and the rest of the band. And then one of them died suddenly in a motorcycle accident.
God.
And they like exploded like a broken bottle into a million pieces, and like I don't know.
That's so sad.
It's just so fucked up because like it's like honestly like you feel this way. Anybody can feel this way when you just look at a picture of your parents from back in the day, or a picture of young people from a million years ago, but you look at it and you're like, oh, that could literally be my friend.
Yeah.
Or like that looks like a person that's my age, but they're just wearing old clothes.
Yeah.
And it's just so spooky to me to like think of this band who like, you know, just I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all very...
Time comes for us all.
Time comes for us all, yeah. I don't know, but... I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it to such a dark thought. But yeah, if you're if you're trying to watch a fucking sick documentary about Boston music from the 80s...
Yeah.
Check out Dogmatics, a documentary by Rudy Childs.
Documentary, so
it's called a documentary, yeah.
I love that.
Rudy's a very good filmmaker because he's been behind a camera for probably longer than anybody you know.
Yeah.
Like he got a video camera in the 70s.
Yeah.
Or in and he's been consistently using one to just film random shit the whole time.
That's cool.
Like he used to have a job where he was filming boxing matches in Japan.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah. Just for like Japanese TV.
That's crazy.
Like he was just a camera guy.
Why are the streetlights here purple?
I don't know. I actually feel like they're more blue.
Okay.
Sorry. We're in Somerville by the Armory. Or is it the Armory? Not the Armory. The fucking...
The Encore... Or Assembly.
Well, Encore.
Assembly,
yeah. And the streetlights are all blue. So,
that's
I don't know why that is. Man, I wish somebody would just give me like $10,000 so I could just go to Encore and just fucking have a totally fucked up night for free.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
No, that doesn't even sound fun. What are you going to do, play cards?
Well, you know, I tell you exactly what I was going to do. If somebody paid me to be in a casino for like an entire night with free money, I would be drinking Dunk's coffee, eating Shake Shack, And
you wouldn't even get a steak?
in my wildest dreams, I would be smoking cigarettes at a fucking slot machine or whatever table and winning tons of money while smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee.
It's so crazy how, like, the things that you romanticize are so, like, what's the word? I feel like disgusting isn't the right word.
No, I might romanticize some disgusting things. I don't know.
Like,
But-
you were plucked from, like, the gutter just by your own determination to do other stuff.
Well,
But you still wish, you long for it.
I'll tell you what. The world, when you are getting sober, you are your version. The concept of romanticizing things,
Yeah.
people just force you over and over again to redefine that and recontextualize it and think about it critically constantly. And it's just like it's like it can be like such a poison pill,
Yeah.
a poison apple, if you will, for like so many people. Because like nobody but I guess the reason that the things I romanticize are so stupid is because I've had to change it so many times. Like at this point in my life, like a cigarette would be fucking awesome. Like I would fucking love that. But because of my constantly rethinking what it means to romanticize something and what I'm romanticizing, the idea of drinking alcohol or doing any drug gives me the same anxiety and fear and stress as content warning. But like it makes me, like in my mind, that makes me feel like I'm like plotting to kill myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about and unaliving.
Yeah.
That's what that feels like to me, and it gives me an unbelievable amount of stress to think about that.
I didn't even mean that you should be romanticizing that. I meant that you should be, like, if you had $10,000, you would still go to Shake Shack?
Oh, yeah, I would.
Are you serious?
I definitely would, I guess.
Dunks and Shake Shack? You wouldn't even go to, like, you wouldn't get an espresso and a steak at one of the restaurants? That would be like $50 out of your 10 grand.
I'm immune to lifestyle creep, Theo.
You're not, though. You're talking about gambling $10,000 at Encore.
In this hypothetical, I would be being... a condition of the $10,000 would be that I spent it at Encore.
The steak
if I got
place is at Encore.
For free,
that's not lifestyle creep.
It's lifestyle creep. What do you know about lifestyle creep?
You're a lifestyle creep.
I am one. Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you got $10,000 right now for free, what would you do with it?
So I actually saw a post about this the other day, and I was thinking about it because my instinct would be, obviously, I have a lot of like student loan debt and a car payment, so I would want to unleash myself from that. But if I had to take like debt off the table, like boring answers banned.
Let me say this: you get $10K,
and you have to buy something.
You can't spend it on debt or anything like that. No bills.
Mm-hmm.
But
this
you
is just like $10K profit,
and you have to spend it in 24 hours.
My answer is like pretty toxic, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah. I would get a boob job.
You get a boob job?
Yeah, I would. I totally would. I would have money left over too.
That's not toxic.
I would do that, and I might get my lips done.
Yeah.
Because like, when else am I going to do that?
You know what I would do?
What?
I'd just go buy a bunch of like gold. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Jesus. Are you trying to drive into the car in front of? I'm sorry. I thought maybe you wanted to hit them.
How about maybe you just like shut the fuck up? Actually.
No, I'd buy gold ingots. I'd buy $10,000 worth of gold. So then I'd just still have the money.
Why wouldn't you just buy like stocks?
I'd be buying time.
Could I put it in the stock market?
Sure.
All right, I'd invest it in like the S&P 500.
All right. I guess that's kind of a boring answer. Wait, maybe, yeah.
That one just bores you, so it's not allowed?
No, that's fine. Because that's the only smart thing to do. Because, like, you think, you're like, oh, shit, I better go buy, like, a Gucci tracksuit and, like, a gold tooth. Can you imagine doing that?
I would buy a bunch of Visa gift cards and put them under my mattress.
Hey, okay, you get $25K for free, right?
Down payment on a house.
No. You get $25K for free. Your life's exactly the same.
Yeah.
The one condition is you have to have a gold front tooth, like a gold cap, like the guy from Home Alone, just for like a year.
And I can do whatever I want with the 25,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do it?
Yeah, and I would get tooth gems right away.
You'd get what?
Tooth gems.
Yeah.
It would look so bad if it was just a gold tooth. But if you had tooth gems too, it would look cute.
I've thought about that was a bad would you rather or whatever.
Yeah,
I would totally I've thought about that. Like I feel like it would be so fucking funny to just have a gold tooth like the guy from Home Alone.
You've talked to me about that before.
Like I know that it would be, it's like one of the most scummy accessories you can choose. Like it's like the equivalent to having like a Playboy bunny stick and poke on your neck or something. You know what I mean?
I feel
or
like
having like dice tattooed on you anywhere. Shout out to people with dice tattoos.
I feel like the dice aren't as bad, but yeah.
Or like Dead Man's Hand.
What's that?
I forget what the hand is, but it's supposedly the hand of cards that like I think like Billy the Kid had when he was shot in the back while playing poker or something.
Oh, is that what that is?
It's like something like I don't.
It's like a queen and an ace or something.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
A famous cowboy outlaw was killed while playing a card game, and that was the cards he had.
That's kind of sick. Hand. Not gonna lie.
It's cool, but it's just
overdone.
It's just very cliche. Yeah. It's just but maybe not. Maybe it's actually cool.
I'm not big on cowboy tattoos.
Would you just
personal beef?
You wouldn't just get like a tattoo of a cowboy hat?
No.
Really small on your arm?
No.
I would. That'd be kind of funny.
No.
What's your beef with cowboy themed tattoos? Is this personal? It sounds personal.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know, I guess.
I just fucking hate somebody that like is a tattoo artist that does that.
Oh, LOL, that's so funny.
But like I feel like that's really, I'm trying not to be specific, but I just made it so broad that I might accidentally offend someone who it isn't. But if you don't know that it's you, it's not you.
Yeah, shut the fuck up!
But I also don't really like the aesthetic of like New England cowboy girl, because it's like, what the fuck? Like,
well, it's ironic. It wouldn't be funny if it wasn't like it. Like if you just like got
very basic.
If you got, you mean like ironically liking cowboy things as someone from the Northeast?
But I think that there are a lot of people that are not ironically liking it.
Absolutely. There's tons of people that unironically love country, and
I'm not talking about liking country. I'm talking about cowboy hats, cowboy boots. That's it.
And it's a very normie thing to do, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that I, for myself, like to try to keep my tattoos out of trends.
Yeah, you know what's a really funny tattoo trend I'm seeing right now? It's not a trend, but it's a trend around tattoo culture. Mm-hmm. Is people, I think we talked about this, but people who got shitloads of ignorant style tattoos years ago that are now like desperately trying to get them removed.
Yeah.
Because they like hate them and they changed their aesthetic and they don't want like that type of vibe like all over their fingers and hands and arms and legs.
I feel bad for those people on one hand, and on the other hand, I find it like there's a small petty part of me that thinks it's really funny because when I was getting ignorant style tattoos all over my legs, I had a ton of people tell me that I would regret it later and that it looked bad or whatever. And I was like, no, I authentically like this. I'm not going to change my mind. And nobody believed me. And lo and behold, I still like my tattoos.
Yeah.
And a lot of people fucking didn't. So
I like your tattoos. I like my tattoos. I have more ignorant tattoos than you. You have more tattoos, but my tattoos are worse.
Yeah.
I have uglier tattoos, and
I
love
belligerent tattoos.
Yeah, I have fuck tattooed on my leg upside down.
Which you did
because I wrote
laughing.
it. Yeah,
I remember that.
I had the tattoo gun in my hand, and I was just like, haha, watch this, and then laughed while I wrote fuck on my leg.
Upside down.
Yeah, that was in my old apartment.
You did it, and you were writing it, and then I was like, it's upside down. You stood up and went, fuck.
I don't remember that. Oh, that's awesome. Good times.
I don't know that I would like. I know that technically, like aesthetically speaking, I do probably have ignorant style tattoos. Like talking about the art movement.
Yeah, tell us
But
what is ignorant tattoos.
so if I could describe it, I guess like I don't know if this is like actually a classification that's like official or if this is just what the internet calls them. But it's like
That's
black
what
and
TikTok
white.
calls them.
But I think it's actually the style too. I don't really know. But it's basically black, not even black and white, like just black outlines, sometimes black and gray mixed in. Patchwork style tattoos that are like a mixture of professional and stick and pokes. They don't really have like a unifying theme. They just look like doodles basically. Like if your legs and arms were like a sketchbook kind of is like the target demographic.
Is it possible that like, you know what my aunt Mary said to me recently that I thought was really funny?
What?
She has so she's, I don't know how old she is. She's like in her mid 40s.
Yeah.
And she has full color sailor tattoos.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
She just has a few, but she was joking about how everybody her age, none of them are sailors or have anything to do with the Navy or sailors, but it was just cool in the 90s to get sailor tattoos. So now she just has sailor tattoos for no reason, and she's just a normal person.
Yeah.
Like she's not like a hardcore punk fan anymore. And like I feel like that's going to be our generation of tattoos, where like there's just going to be people that are like oh, I'm an executive at Wells Fargo, or like, oh, I own a gas station, or like I'm an EMT, and they just have like just horrible dumb patchwork tattoos.
Yeah.
Because that was sick in the 2010s and 20s.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that about us. Like I said, I don't know.
Well, that's what I kind of like. The reason that I kind of have a petty little beef with it, of people getting them removed, is like I do feel bad about that. Like if having a tattoo that you don't like and being stuck with it and having to get like tattoo removal is painful, it's expensive, it's way more expensive than tattoo is. Like I feel for those people. Don't get me wrong. But I also heard from so many people when I was getting mine, like, you don't really like these, you're being a poser, you're going to get them removed, you're going to wish you could get them removed, not be able to afford it, don't do that, you're going to look ugly. Like, I told my parents that I was getting them, my dad started crying because I would ruin my legs. Like, I actually dealt with that, and it wasn't fucking true because I'm not fucking dumb. And I got tattoos I liked. And I don't know, I'm not trying to say that people that change their minds or, like, outgrow their old aesthetic are dumb, but it's just really interesting that is coming to pass now, you know?
I feel like it's kind of like a personality thing too, though, because like for me, like, and I think the severity of the tattoo obviously, you know, matters a little bit more. Like, you know, if I had knuckle tats that said like fuck you or something,
yeah,
I'd be like, okay, it's time to make an appointment to get these removed.
That's true. It also depends on placement a lot.
Yeah, or if I had like, you know, I see a lot of people on TikTok getting face tattoos removed, and it's like respect. It's just like people want to change, and they are allowed to. They should be allowed to change if they want.
There also was a moment a few years ago where it seemed like it was going to be more acceptable for visible tattoos to be a thing in the workplace. Like it was not super uncommon for people to have face tattoos that weren't famous or whatever, or knuckle tattoos, but face tattoos even more so. And that just ended. Like, all of a sudden, that's not trendy anymore and not chill anymore. So I could see that being a trap that people fell into of, like, this probably won't affect me long term. Like, culture's changing, and then it just didn't.
Yeah, and that definitely depends on your location and job. Like, I'm sure there are jobs out there where that's chill.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there probably always have been.
Like, perhaps, like, if you work at, like, for, like a plastering company or a finish carpenter. I'm just kidding. There's tons of corporate spaces that are like more modern and hip, maybe, but I think the people that are getting them all removed are people who did do it because it was a trend. Yeah. And like, you know how there are people, I find this to be the strangest thing with things with tattoos, and this is a personal preference, but people who make an appointment to get a sleeve.
Yeah.
I find that, I mean, no shade, I guess, if that's your vibe, and I guess it's probably cool to sometimes get a giant tattoo. Fuck it. But I feel like that's so crazy to get so much real estate covered for one idea.
It's a lot.
Thought of by one version of yourself.
I've
Like,
always
that's
thought
crazy.
about it like I'm trying to build my sleeves slow.
Yeah, I like that idea. But then again, we both seem to be partial to the idea of patchwork tattoos.
That's true. That's true.
So
you
it
can
is.
only do that with
It's
patchwork tattoos.
100% a personal feeling by both of us.
Well, to be fair, you could also get like a realism sleeve in multiple sessions and add to it.
Yeah. See that if I was that type of person, I just wouldn't want to cover up that much space at that one time. You know who's a funny tattoo person that like I think is on the most bizarre social media journey ever right now?
Who?
Former singer of the band Metro Station and sibling to Miley Cyrus, Trace Cyrus.
Really?
Yeah, he's covered like fingertips to his chin, like fully decked out. And no disrespect to our religious fans, but he basically made the announcement that he's Christian now and that he needs to take his faith more seriously. And part of that is that he's going to get all of his tattoos removed.
So the thing about
on his
that,
entire body.
do your tattoos actually come off like that though, or don't you just wind up with scars in the shape of your tattoos?
Not necessarily. I mean, I've seen a lot of people get tattoos removed, and there is some change in coloration, or it seems like there is, like if you knew that the tattoo was there, perhaps you would be able to tell. But I think like if you saw a person who got tattoo removal on a bunch of places and you didn't know them, you probably wouldn't know.
That's interesting. I
mean, I don't know.
I think that's been another thing that's been guiding my decision making as far as my tattoos go, that I have stuck to places that are coverable if I really want them to be. Like if I'm wearing shorts, it's game over because my legs are really tattooed. But I can at work put on just like a shirt that goes to my elbows and pants, and you wouldn't even know that I had any. So I can kind of hide it if I'm in a setting where it wouldn't be like something I want people to know about me. And I've stuck to the same style for all of it, and I never believed that tattoo removal was really effective, so I went into all of it assuming that it was for life.
I mean, and that's not a bad instinct. I mean, can you imagine just getting tattoos, like, and being like, fuck it, I'll just get a cover. I don't know.
I mean, I kind of feel like that too.
I do feel like I don't know. And that, I just think, like, unless you have, like, like a fucking swastika on your forehead, like, you're fine. Like, fuck it. Like, get whatever fucking tattoo you want.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, dude. Like, my parents told me my whole life, and for some reason, this is one of the very few things I listen to them on, is they used to tell me, just don't get tattoos on your neck or your hands.
True. Yeah.
And I was like, that's reasonable, and that's one of the only things that I thought my parents were correct about.
Yeah.
And luckily I didn't. Luckily I listened. But then again, but here's the other part of it, is I see people all the time with knuckle tattoos, and I'm like, I fuck with that.
I think that they look cool.
I want those.
I think that the reason that I maybe wouldn't, at least at this stage of my life, is that I know that it would open me up to a lot of judgment, and my source of income
relies on your reputation.
Not even my reputation, but I've always wound up in jobs where it's like really useful for me in terms of like what I see in my paycheck to be malleable to whoever I'm talking to. Like customer service or like high level like assistant roles or whatever the fuck. So I enjoy the ability to chameleon my identity, if that makes sense. Like I don't care about being very outwardly myself in settings where I can do that. But if I'm going to get a check for not doing that, I would rather get the check.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I mean, I wouldn't want to box myself into a specific thing. Like
I don't think that I would regret it aesthetically, though. Like, I think that if I did get a tattoo on my hands that I really felt confident enough, like I wanted it, the only regret I would have was having a tattoo at all. It wouldn't be that specific tattoo.
You want to know a random thought I had about tattoos recently?
Yeah.
That's like so irrelevant.
Uh-huh.
But I watched the podcast episode of Steve-O's podcast, Wild Ride with Steve-O, and his guest was Violent J. So I was just looking at pictures of Violent J. Anyway, but from Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
But I was looking at pictures of him on Google during that, listening to that for a full immersive experience. And underneath, so I was looking at him without his face paint. He's got a bunch of face tattoos.
That he covers with face paint?
Well, it's part of the vibe. He's face paints guy.
True.
He's the face paint guy, clown makeup.
Yeah.
Guy's got face tats.
Huh.
Isn't that so odd?
Well, I feel like that's like the least surprising thing you could have said.
I don't know.
Violent J has face tattoos.
That makes sense. I mean, the guy's insane. He's an insane,
An insane clown in the posse.
But I just felt like I was surprised to see that.
Yeah, like, this is like a total aside, but Violent J is like such a crazy moniker.
It's such a funny rap name. You know
Imagine
what it is?
if you just started dropping music under like Violent Brian.
I don't think that would work. It's got too many syllables.
Aggressive Theo.
Violent Mike.
Violent Mike, ew.
Well, there's Killer Mike from Run the Jewels.
Killer Mike, yeah.
What other kind of name?
I just can't imagine that not coming off as so edgy to all the people you know.
Well, you got to remember about bands like that, like Insane
Killer
Clown
Bry.
Posse fucking invented edginess, dude.
Violent Bry.
Well, Killer Bry, my first AIM name.
Yeah.
My first screen name on anything ever when I was like 9 was Killer Bry 123.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I still have access to that email.
You're a Sagittarius through and through.
I'm a Sag, baby.
Coming forward in this episode, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah. The funny part about that too is you don't even know what that means.
Oh, fuck you.
Do you?
Do you know what Violent J's partner's rap name is? His duo guy?
No.
It's Shaggy Too Dope. The number 2. No spaces.
Bad.
Just Shaggy Too Dope.
Shaggy Too Dope. Not that impressive of a name.
Yeah. They started in Detroit in like the late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah, I guess.
That's so weird. They're from like the same cultural starting point as Eminem.
Weird.
Yeah. Like 80s, 90s kid, poor in Detroit.
Hey,
rapping.
I just want to say that we are late, and you should probably let Trevor know that we have been stuck in traffic because of rain.
I'm not worried about it, actually, because Trevor hasn't hit me up. So I think if he was kind of like worried about it, he probably would have been like, hey, where are you?
That's fair. We're only 20 minutes away now anyway.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's okay. We're 20 minutes away, you said?
Yeah. I guess we won't figure it out because we're already 20 minutes away. So
yeah.
It'll just happen.
I hope no one's upset at me. It's okay.
I mean, 20 minutes isn't the worst, I guess. I don't know.
Beep, beep, boop,
It's
bop.
also like
beep,
a hurricane
beep,
right now.
Beep, beep, boop, bop. Beep,
Don't
beep.
let them fucking speed in the van in this rain.
No comment. I don't want you to drive home in the rain.
I'm serious, dude. You guys will you have a bus you're driving in.
Okay, stop. Don't talk about it.
What?
It's okay, I love you.
You're snitching on yourself right now.
Chill. No, I'm an anxious. I am 100% not scared of driving. I'm not saying when or how or why, but I've driven a car 100 miles an hour before. Like I've done stupid stuff in cars. I'm not afraid of cars. But you know what I am afraid of? Is being in a car while someone else is driving.
When did you drive 100 miles an hour in a car?
This was years and years and years ago. But I'd done it.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Should I cut this out? Is this crazy? I don't know. It was before I ever met you. What am I going to be? Do I have to be litigated for everything I've ever done before meeting you? I'm just kidding.
We could start. It's a long list.
But I'm just saying, being a passenger in a car gives me more anxiety than anything.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
You over here being Mr. Cool Guy, but I drive like 30 miles an hour, and you're like, you have your feet on the dashboard and your hands on the oh shit handle, and you're like, you're turning, use a blinker, you're turning.
I hate.
You're gonna take a stop up here, you're doing it right now.
Yeah, it's literally, I can't control what I'm afraid of.
Sorry.
Like things that give you anxiety and make you afraid. It's just like,
I'm sorry. You're right.
no, it's okay. I'm not. I don't feel victimized by your jokes. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez, I'm fucking sweating so hard
It's
right now.
It's really gross in here right now. Welcome to my fucking life, dude.
The
AC doesn't work. It's raining and it's hot in my car, and I can't roll the windows down because if I roll the windows down, it'll make it humid in here, and I won't be able to see.
Yeah, that sucks ass.
Yeah, story of my life.
Sorry.
I could just roll the windows down anyway and see how it goes.
Yeah, let's crack a window at least for a little bit. Let's see how the vibe is. You don't have to bring it all the way down.
It was automatic.
Just crack it. Get some fresh air in here.
Damn. Hey, I don't know if you know this artist. I think you do.
Oh yeah.
But I forget what his first name is. It starts with an F. Botello died this week. Botello. I think Fernando Botello is his first name.
Oh, with a B, Botello?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about nobody.
He's the painter and sculptor who is known for. He has some work in the MFA. He's known for making figures that are like super round, not like fat, but like actually round. Like a lot of his work focused on the idea of curvature.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
He died the same month as the guy from Smash Mouth, Jimmy Buffett, and I don't know who.
That's crazy.
I'm sure millions of people died this month, globally.
Why do you say shit like that?
How many people do you think die a month globally?
Stop it. You better find out.
I don't know.
Like a lot.
Like a million?
Have you ever been on the Wikipedia page of notable deaths? It gets updated daily.
Notable deaths Wikipedia page? No,
Anybody
but
who's even remotely a little bit famous.
Hey, by the way, I have an interview idea that I'll put into the ether right now.
Okay.
But I found this guy on TikTok who is not famous, like definitely very accessible, who is a defected, like a self-exiled pro Wikipedia editor.
I saw his TikTok too. They made a new platform, right?
Yeah, they're trying to make a new Wikipedia. How funny would it be to try to like get in contact with those people?
I would love to talk to them.
Because like I love Wikipedia, but I just think it's funny that there's like a bunch of people that are like have literally like given their souls to Wikipedia that are rebelling.
Well, did you see the reasons why?
I did. I don't remember though.
One of the main reasons is that it's not considered an academic citation, even though all the information is peer reviewed because so many people edit. So I don't really understand how they were going to fix that, but I found that really interesting, that whatever the new platform is, if it were to get off the ground, it would have full citations on everything and be a citable source for scholarly articles and research.
Well, I hope they succeed. We can't have too many, good sources of information.
I don't know how they can just decide that it's scholarly, though. I should look into that. It's interesting.
I think it would be funny to talk to that person because I just like the idea of like somebody being really like somebody fighting something in like an absolutely left field random thing. Like that just sounds like a fun avenue.
I'd really love to know more. I also would love to know somebody who knows enough stuff to be like a top contributor to Wikipedia.
Yeah, I'm going to DM that guy. We'll see about that.
I would love that.
Pending.
I'm in. We also have a bunch of interviews this week when you get home.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Fuck it.
Yeah. Remember all those people we were like, we'll talk to them after Brian gets back from tour? It's all this week.
I hate my fucking life. Scheduling too many things.
No shit, Brian.
No shit, Brian.
What the fuck? Is that how I sound to you?
Yep.
I'm dropping you off for tour again in 15 minutes.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be on tour.
Do you even love me? Like, honestly.
I love you. I don't want to go.
Tell Trevor he can keep you.
Maybe I just won't go. Maybe we just turn around and I
just ghost him.
Block Trevor and Bullpup on everything.
That would be so fucked up.
It would be, because if I did that, they would all think something bad happened to me. They'd be like, Brian went missing.
But you just went dark?
Yeah, if I went dark.
No, I mean like in the soul. You just became evil.
Oh, I went like dark mode, Dark Brian.
Dark Brian.
Oh, man. I like that.
That's what you should tell them your new stage name is.
Well, it would be a direct reference to Dark Brandon.
Who's Dark Brandon?
You don't know about Dark Brandon?
No.
Dark Brandon is evil Joe Biden.
Oh.
Like going Dark Brandon mode.
You watch literal brain soup all the time. The political content that's on your For You page is like...
I can't believe you don't... It's funny. Dark Brandon's a funny thing, not a bad thing. You're supposed to like Dark Brandon.
I've never heard of Dark Brandon.
It's when Joe Biden goes sicko mode and does something dark.
What?
Don't worry about it. You're... There's too many layers for you to get in now.
I missed it.
There's so many layers for it to be explained.
Oh my god. I don't even want to know. Fuck, I'm tired.
I, too, am tired.
What should I do tonight?
I'm sorry you drove me here.
I'm not sorry, it's okay.
But I don't like that you have to drive back at nighttime in the rain.
I drive at night all the time.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
I wish... Oh, wait, it is. I could go to Savers. The Savers near, Just pop up to New Hampshire real quick. Go to
Yeah,
the Savers
right, dude. It's 8 o'clock at night.
They open till 9.
No, they close at like 7.
Savers?
Yeah, they've
On
been
Sundays?
closing at 7 since the pandemic.
No, dude. I went to Savers at 8:50 last week.
Really?
Yeah, I left really quick, though.
Yeah. You don't want everyone to judge you?
Fuck. Alright.
Theo.
Shut up! Don't even talk about
If
it.
I was driving, that wouldn't have happened. I'm just kidding. I do worse stuff.
If you were driving, we would have crashed.
No! Don't speak that into the ether.
No.
The ether is listening.
The ether is not listening.
Don't yell into the abyss, because the abyss doesn't like loud noises. It gets scared easily.
Oh, that's cute.
The abyss is sensitive to abrupt noises. Be cool about it.
Hey,
Don't be
speaking
a
of
dick.
what you're saying right now, kind
What?
of vaguely, Welcome to Night Vale is coming to the Wilbur.
Do you like Welcome to Night Vale?
I do, or I mean, I did back when it was trending. I haven't seen it again in a long time, but I didn't really. I was on the fence about buying a ticket because I don't really understand what that means. It's a podcast.
There's a lot of podcasts. Well, a lot of the times is they it's kind of like when we saw. I bet it would be like when we saw Channel 5 Live, where it's like a YouTuber doing a presentation type deal, and they do comedy and then maybe record an episode live.
That might be cool.
Yeah, it's pretty commonplace for podcasts to do live shows.
I would like to do that. I just thought it was interesting because I thought Welcome to Night Vale is an IP. It was kind of dead.
It probably is not. It's definitely not at its height where it once was. But I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know anything about that show.
You never watched it?
No. Wait. Oh, I'm so stupid. Wait. Welcome to Night Vale. It's a podcast, right? Where it's a fake show.
It's like a radio show from an alien land.
Jesus.
What are you doing?
Fucking idiot, dude.
That might have been my fault, to be honest.
God damn it.
That might have been me.
I want to just straight up, just beat the fuck out of people when they almost fuck my life up. God damn it, dude. Driving makes me so anxious.
That's okay. We're almost there.
What's the deal with people spelling house, Haus? Fucking stop doing that.
Isn't that German?
Yeah.
Like the Bauhaus?
Bauhaus. Anyway. But yeah, no, if you want to check out the Welcome to Night Vale thing, I'd go with you if you want to get tickets. Fuck it.
No, yeah, though, you probably do remember this. It was 2014 or something. And it was the radio show that was supposed to be... It was a podcast, an Apple Music podcast that was a radio show that existed in an alien town in Arizona.
I know about the premise. I know all about it, but I've just never really got into it. I know the host of it, or the creator, also has a podcast with the guy from the Mountain Goats.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, it's basically a podcast called I Only Listen to the Mountain Goats, and the whole thing is the fucking guy from Night Vale talking to the guy from the Mountain Goats about the Mountain Goats.
That's so dedicated. I like it.
Yeah, it was a little hard to listen to. Not gonna lie, but it was cool. I mean, John Darnielle's an interesting fellow.
I
I used to be a pretty dedicated fan to the Mountain Goats, but it just reminds me of too much shit in my life.
Sometimes it's like that.
I'll listen when new stuff comes out, but like a lot of the older stuff, I'm just like,
Yeah.
it just teleports me back to times that I don't want to think about right now.
I feel that. Music does that. I feel that way about The National. I used to really, really, really fuck with The National.
I don't really know them.
Oh, well.
What do they have a popular song that I would know?
Yeah, they do. I don't know.
Sing a few lines.
Well, the one that I like, I don't know if it was like a radio song, really.
I see.
And I don't want to sing it to you right now.
Okay.
To be honest. I played it in the car before, I think. Pink Rabbits was like my favorite song for a really long time.
Are they old or new?
2017? 2016? I mean, they have music now, too,
2010s
though.
indie band in the style of Vampire Weekend.
No. Yes, and then no.
Okay.
They're a 2010s indie band in the style of...
In their own style.
You'd know them. Like, they still make music now. But they're like kind of sad, ballady music. I don't know. Whatever. It makes me think about a sad time in my life.
Yeah. Jesus. It scared me.
It's okay.
We drove through a puddle and it scared me.
It's okay. It's okay, Killer Bry.
I'm Killer Bry!
And I don't like puddles! I'm gonna start calling the baby Killer Reed.
Killer Reed. Oh, he's such a little sweetie. We
He's so
babysat little Reed today together.
It's so fun.
It was fun taking care of a baby with you.
I love hanging out with him.
Just for like
Aw.
4 or 5 hours.
That's a really sweet thing to say.
Really?
Wow, yeah.
Are you just kidding?
No,
Oh.
never mind.
Yeah, no, I love that little guy, that little egghead. It's just so crazy because I just have not known a baby in my adult life until now.
Me neither. It's really cool.
I only knew babies when I was a kid.
You know what I was doing with him today that was like so fucking exciting? It was like really interesting.
What's that?
He kept coming up to me and like putting his lips together and going,
Like
But
kissy?
he,
Like a kiss face?
No, like you know how Miss Rachel does? Like when she goes, Mama.
Oh, mama.
But he wasn't saying mama. Like he wasn't like there.
Ma.
He does say that sometimes, but he was just going like, Ma.
Good job.
And I saw him doing that, so I just started doing it too, and I was like, Mama! And he started laughing. Like he was excited that I knew what he was trying to do. And then he kept doing it.
Oh, man.
It was really cool. Like he's right at the brink of, like you can talk to him now. And he does baby sign language, like he does more and not enough or no more, all done.
I mean, maybe he knows what those mean.
If you're attentive enough, you can tell what he wants though. Like he
Absolutely,
can communicate.
yeah.
It's a combination between body language, sign language, and like consonants, which is really exciting.
You know what I just
the thing I find
remembered?
exciting is when he sees you get it, and he gets excited that you get it.
I love that guy.
What did you remember?
That he threw up a little bit on my shirt today, and I forgot to change it.
You're still wearing.
I'm wearing the throw up shirt.
He also
I
blew
just
his nose on
realized
your
that.
shirt.
He did baby snot on me.
He leaned over and just blew his nose on you.
Yeah.
He farted on me like 10 times today.
Babies are gross. They're gross. They're gross little characters.
He's so cute though.
It's okay.
Oh.
We stand babies in this podcast.
So true.
We're big fans. They're awesome.
They really are. They're so smart. Reed's smart.
Yeah.
Maybe other babies suck and Reed's just awesome.
Do you know
I
what
don't even know.
You know what this reminds me of is how people write elves in fantasy stories. Because people like write elves as if like they're super smart and beautiful and super capable and like they're born with all these skills and intelligence and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like people just came up with elves as just an idealized way to write about humans.
Yeah.
Because like when I'm looking at babies learning and stuff, I'm like, you're like a fucking elf. Like, how do you know that? How do you know? I don't know. It's stupid.
You know what amazes me every time I look at him is just how tiny he is. Like when we were sitting on the couch today, I was like, there's a couch that's like against the window, and I was sitting on it, and I had him like over my shoulder, and I was looking up at him, and he was looking out the window, and it was after his nap time. He'd already eaten, his mom was coming soon, so he was being very like docile and happy, and he was just looking outside at the rain and like clapping and making little sounds, and mostly kind of quiet. He was just looking around, and his little face, like he looked like a doll, and I was like, how the fuck, like, what are you thinking about? What are you doing?
Who knows?
Or like when he first woke up and we heard the baby monitor during his nap today, and he was just in there going like, ooh, meh, ooh, meh, meh, ooh. Meh. Like, what are you doing? Blue, blah, blah, blue, blue, blah, blah, you don't even know words. You don't have an inner monologue yet. You're just looking at pictures in your head in your crib. Ooh. Yeah. So cool.
Speaking of inner monologues, I saw this fucking wicked funny TikTok the other day. It was a guy, the post just said what it was like to take a shit before phones existed. And it was a guy holding his own phone on the front camera behind his head, pointing at his own head while he was in a bathroom. And he was just sitting there staring straight ahead with the camera behind him, pointing at him.
Wait,
like, look at my left hand. Like, his left hand was just like this.
Oh.
Just pointing at the side of his face, basically, just staring, and it was like just this, like the dumbest post ever.
That's not even
But it
true.
made me laugh so hard.
Do you remember Uncle John's bathroom reader?
No, my mom only read People magazine when I was a kid.
This was a book that we had at my house that is like very dad coded.
Huh.
It's just like a big, thick tome of like random facts and stories and jokes that you just read while you're taking a shit.
Yeah, I've seen things like that. Taking shits.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, on that note, we'll leave you with that, my friends. I hope you guys liked the P-Town episode.
Yeah.
There's going to be more where that came from. Got some ideas in the works that I'm going to do more of.
Also, quick little note that it was so touching to get such a nice response to coming back from our little flag ban.
Yeah. Oh, to explain that a little bit, for people that don't know, we kept uploading this one episode over and over again, and the distribution and stores would reject it and take it down the second it uploaded.
And didn't tell us why.
Yeah, and our distributor just wouldn't fucking answer my emails. Fuck you, you fucking scumbags. And they finally answered me after, like, forever. And they were saying that their AI system was accidentally flagging the episode as being a music upload. Because you can't upload a podcast through a music distributor, and you can't upload music through a podcast distributor. So if you do either or, it'll flag you. Whatever,
blah,
you know.
Blah, 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 blah.
So that's what they thought was happening, and it just fucked our life up for like a week.
It was like 3 weeks, really.
Yeah.
But I am really grateful to how like awesome everybody was when we came back, because it was like a very sad and stressful thing, because it felt like we were so upset about something that nobody was even going to notice, and then we re-uploaded and everybody was really kind and responsive and gave us really good feedback on the episode, and that's always really nice. That's what we do it for.
Always a good vibe. Thank you all for listening. As always, I'm Brian, and that's Theo.
I'm Theo.
Boston Art Podcast. Thank you guys. Love you lots. Bye.
Bye.
Boston Art Podcast is an independent DIY production by Brian Huntress and Theodora Earthworms. The information contained in this episode represents the views and opinions of the original creators or our guests, and does not represent any institution, organization, or business. Find us on Instagram at Boston Art Podcast, and tune in for a new episode every Friday. Thank you for listening.